Hi there, Aries. Welcome to your reading for March 2025. If you are not interested in the astrological forecast we have for the month of March, please have a look in the description box down below. I have listed a timestamp to when the tarot reading actually begins. But I just want to go through the astrological forecast for the month of March, so you know what kind of undercurrents we're kind of looking at throughout the month. And it is kind of hilarious because we have so many conjunctions this month of the month of March, and it's mainly conjunctions of the moon, and the moon is a planet of feelings and femininity and a little bit of the subconscious and intuition, but it's about beauty and mainly emotion. So if we're going to start the astrological forecast of the month, on the 1st of March, we have a conjunction of Moon and Mercury. Moon, like I just said, is the planet of emotion. Mercury is the planet of communication, adaptability, mentality, luck, mind, and how we share our thoughts. So it's kind of uniting our thoughts and feelings, making us really good communicators, deep diving also into our spiritual connections, but it's asking us not to live in our heads too much and only expressing ourselves when we're actually feeling a bit grounded and not when the emotion might be running like the highest, if that makes sense. Next day, on the 2nd of March, we have another conjunction, again, of Moon, but also then in Venus. And Venus is the planet of love, beauty, and balance, and these two work in harmony with each other. And it can bring a blend of beauty, emotional depth, financial ease, but also challenges in emotional stability. And the moon will once again, like in previous month, be in the sign of Pisces, and is asking us to connect with our intuition and with our depth, and also asking us to go a little bit within. So expect maybe feelings like you want to isolate. I don't want to use the word isolate, but withdraw somewhat throughout the 2nd of March, and just really reflect on those feelings. On the 3rd of March, the day after that, we have a conjunction of Mercury and Neptune. And Mercury, once again, is a planet of communication, mentality, adaptability, and how we share our thoughts. Neptune, on the other hand, is inspiration, magic, illusion, spirituality, subconscious, fantasies. It also intensifies intuition and compassion. And it makes us focus our thinking and our communication on spiritual topics, mysteries, and secrets. It's an ideal time to dive into creativity, but also into occult studies if you're interested in that. But don't expect any answers in one thing. One thing might be leading you into the other, and so forth and so forth, because we have Neptune. There's a little bit of mystery going on there. And if you are interested in connecting with the beyond, make sure that you take care of yourself and your space. The sun at this time will be in Pisces, and it's an ideal time which will also help and aid you and guide you. Make sure that you're grounding yourself plenty and a lot at this time, so you don't feel lost, my beautiful Aries, if you're interested in this. 6th of March, we have a conjunction of Moon once again, but also Jupiter. And Jupiter is the planet of principles, growth, expansion, adventure, healing, good fortune, miracles, and wisdom. And is another conjunction that probably will aid us in steering our course of life into a higher alignment. And this event could also bring harmony and balance into our lives, but also success in aligned careers, spiritual growth, intuition, financial gains, and good health. So it might make us really focus on good health, and maybe even then kind of force us subconsciously to want us to be grounded, if that makes sense. 9th of March, we have conjunction of Moon, but also of Mars. And Mars is a planet of masculinity, the warrior, courage, strength, ambition, impulsiveness, but also aggression and confrontation. So you have the Moon, which is about femininity, and then you have Mars, which is about masculinity. So we have these two dueling forces kind of working together here. It can make us a bit impulsive, angry, overreactive, stubborn, but innovative. Ground your feelings before expressing them. Really important. But also on the same day, we have a conjunction of course, Moon and Mercury. So you have the feminine really floating in the air, but you also have the masculine undercurrent popping up. So we have the conjunction of Moon and Venus. Venus and Mercury, and we've all covered what it is. It's going to happen on the same day, so be really aware that there might be some conflicting energies around you at this time. So you have Mars saying that it's time to get it out of a system right now, and then you have Venus and Mercury kind of asking us to instinctively avoid confrontations and instead share innovative ideas with clear perspective and communication, and sharing and a willingness to broaden the horizon for success. So it might be a little bit rocky on the 9th of March, but also remember, Aries, Mars is the planet of you, so maybe you will be finding that fire within. Just make sure that it's not bursting out into flames, so you need to cover little fires everywhere, if that makes sense. That's really what we want to focus on. We have the full moon in Virgo on the 14th of March. It is this time with a total lunar eclipse, so it might actually bring some energies before and after 14th of March. It is focusing and making us focus and really saying that safety and emotions are connected to order and clarity. And a sense of need, there might be a sense of need to organize anything distracting and chaotic. Like if we say that maybe your safety is connected to clarity and organization. Maybe you feel like you want to completely empty your house and make sure that it's clean and it's organized, and getting rid of things that you feel is sucking your energy up. It's also asking us on being tolerant and accepting imperfections and allowing things not to having to live up to our standards constantly. So you're really looking at the world through a lens, and make sure that you're not getting upset about the expectations, and maybe be okay with everything not being perfect all the time. Does that make sense? We have the 20th of March, we have the Neptune in a solar conjunction, and then we have the spring equinox at the same time, and it's the last day of Pisces, the 20th of March. So I don't believe in coincidences, so we're talking all the time about emotion and how it's working throughout the month, and it's really Neptune at a solar conjunction is kind of giving us a heightened sensitivity to vibrational energy, and this is really aligning. Neptune is also the planet of Pisces, so it's really aligning with that spiritual kind of burst before we jump into the new astrological year on the 21st of March, which is going in when the sun is going into Aries. So, oh, by the way, happy birthday month, Aries. It's a wonderful time. It's a new astrological year, and we continue on with, on the 21st of March, we have a conjunction of Moon and Saturn. And Saturn is the planet of Capricorn. And Saturn is about discipline, structure, and this has already happened once again, one time previously this year. I don't remember if it was in January or in February, but once again, we're being asked to have a look at how our structure is impacting our emotions and vice versa. Make sure life demands are not weighing you down too much, but if they are, have a look at where you can change to align yourself. It's a great time to start meditating if you've been meaning to take that up. And on the 29th of March, we have the new moon in Aries. You have both the sun and the moon in your sign, propelling you forward into the month of April. And we want to get going with our intention. Pivot or lean into discomfort if you need to, and make sure that you understand where it's coming from. Since you're a fire sign Aries, you have the power to destroy or the power to blaze a path for new growth and fresh beginnings. All right? beautiful energy. They're really working our way through there. I would like to cleanse the space one time before we get into the tarot reading. And you will be hearing 3 loud sounds, and I will begin now. Thank you so much for being here. I just really wanted to share with you, during my meditation today for you, I asked if there's anything that I need to know about Aries for the month, or any energy that we need to be looking at. And it seemed like there was a strand of, a string almost, of fire that was really playful and playing around. And it might be a very playful month for you, Aries, or that is the playful energy, the wanting to learn new things in the month of March. But I also saw a book, a really big book, like an old binded book that just closed. So maybe you're actually also closing out new chapters and are ready for a new fresh energy start. That what you want to be playful. But I felt like that either you finished reading a book or you're closing out old chapters, and that's really good. You're stepping into this new energy. And I also saw either a bubble or some sort of a flare on a lens, or almost maybe even a silver lining. So maybe you're actually picking up on some sort of silver lining right now from this chapter or this book being closed. It's absolutely wonderful. So we want to have a look at the spirit animals for you for the month of March. Spirit guide Aries for the month. Oh, there's a few. And I also saw water and fire merging together, like March being the month of water and fire, which is kind of relevant because we're going from a water sign into a fire sign. I just thought that was quite interesting. And then you're getting 2 water spirit animals here, but also then an earth one. But the wolf is always running in packs. They are strong, they are very communicative, and they are working together, you know, taking care of the elder ones and the younger cubs, and making sure it's like a kind of a card of community here, and a way of intuitional talking. I'm almost thinking about, you know, Twilight, when the wolves can speak with their minds. That's kind of what's popping into my head here. Like intuitional knowing. We have the oyster and the starfish, and I would like to have a look at what they mean from the book. We have the oyster. I'm just thinking about the hard shell there, and they're always having a treasure inside, don't they? So let me see what the guidebook is saying about it. So the guidebook, what it's saying about the oyster is patient, secret keeper, running or hiding inner treasures. The focus and determination of the oyster is unmatched. Anything an oyster personality puts their mind to, they achieve with grace and charm. The only problem is oyster types often take their inner gifts for granted. They become shy or doubtful, and this can lead to withdrawing or protecting their deepest desires in life's work. When the oyster card appears, it's important to reveal your inner treasures. What is it that you've been hesitant to share? The world is waiting to see. When it's in balance, you feel blessed, general and masterful. When it's out of balance, you feel reluctant, gripping, and you kind of clam up. To bring it into balance, you want to share something. We also have the starfish there. And it's about beautiful, alluring, superficial or shallow. The starfish is a natural and exquisite beauty, mesmerizing to all. Being around someone with starfish energy is a thrill, like you've been put under a spell of divinity itself. The problem is these creatures have been reliant on how they look and what other people think of them for so long that they may have forgotten their deeper callings. So this also talking about this treasure within. When this card appears, it's important to ask, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? Maybe it has to do with you closing that chapter. When it's in balance, it's uplifting, artistic and expressive. When it's out of balance, it's about gossips and you feel empty. And to bring that into balance, you need some positive friends. I'm also going to have a look at the wolf because I'm getting told that I didn't cover all of it. There we go. So the wolf, guardian of family and tribe, activism and ritual. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching religious or political studies. Maybe it's about these spiritual hints that you might be getting through the month of March. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all and exclude none. When it's in balance, it's reliable, democratic, fearless. When it's out of balance, it's judgmental and dominating. And to bring that into balance, you need to practice of letting go. And maybe that's also about the book being closed. That's interesting. So these are spirit animals for the month of March. If you want to have a further look into it, please feel free to have a look on the internet where you can find. There we go. I just redirected on here a little bit, so I just want to make sure that I'm not burning the poor plants up. Let's see here. We also want to have a look at Aries, what the main themes of the month of March will bring to you, the underall energy for this reading and for the month of March, and what you need to be aware of, and maybe how we can tie this reading together. We have the sun, your soul's purpose. So you might be actually picking up on this energy. It's also the number 22. It's a master number. You don't divide it by anything. So the sun will be moving into your sign, but the sun is also about connecting with that energy and your soul's purpose. And I feel like that is an underlying energy with about this book closing once again, and this fire energy being a little bit more playful. That's a beautiful card. I've actually not got that up yet, so you can see that he actually stands over the world, and have a look at it. Maybe you can even actually connect to the energy of having the world in your hands. I'm thinking about the Two of Wands there, so maybe that will be popping up in the reading. That's going to be interesting. I love how they all connect usually as well. Have separation, division and integration. So maybe this separation has to do with the wolf and the oyster maybe climbing up a little bit, and might be asking you to connect. There you have 3 + 5, which is 8, which is karma and money. So just know that you deserve every beauty that you have in life, every treasure. Thank you so much. We have Black Moon Lilith in Virgo, release perfectionism, and that's also what we talked about, the astrology for the month. Is there anything else? Is there another card in here for Aries before we move on to the Celtic Cross? No. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, let's move on to the Celtic Cross for you, Aries. So we kind of have an underlying idea here. We don't want to focus on separation, but also realize that we don't want to keep bringing things into our lives that is not aligning with our soul's purpose. And we want to have a look at the energy Aries is bringing into the month of March. The Hangman into the upright. The Hangman is part of the major arcana, and it's a bigger type of life event or underlying current. And the Hangman is about new perspective. So it's also about sacrifice and release, almost a little bit of martyrdom. This is the card for Pisces. You want to be open to awakenings. When they come, you know, he's hung himself here upside down out of his own free will to get a new perspective. You can see how he's gaining enlightenment from that. But this is into the upright. So the energy that you're coming into March with is that you're starting to realize that the sacrifices that you have done, you want to make sure that they are not needless ones. You're kind of aware of that. You might be even dodging a few, a new perspective on things. And you might not have been ready to hear it. Can I have any hopes and fears for the month of March? Maybe you've been dodging having any conversations or opening yourself up. Oh, wow. Can I have any hopes or fears for Aries? Thank you. Okay, so we have a hope and a fear. I just feel like since this is coming out into the sideways instead of upright or into the reverse, it's a card about strategy. Maybe you're scared that the strategy that you're working on is not working. You're scared that it will not work the way you hope it will work. Maybe it's also about weight and higher purpose. Maybe you are tired of waiting. Maybe you know that you're waiting for something before you can actually close out an old chapter or get a new perspective. 7. 7 is about, the swords are about intellect, and 7 is also a number of intellect. It's also a card about, you know, trickery and turning a blind eye, but it's mainly about tactical survival mode versus thriving. Maybe you've been trying to avoid a little bit this survival mode. Maybe you're working on your way to thriving, kind of sorting those things out. And you're hoping that it's going to go well, the things that you've been picking up, so it can't be used against you. Maybe it has to do with family matters here. That you're taking away ammunition. Maybe you are stopping this. I'm getting reactions, stopping reactions that you might think that people might actually want out of you. Does that make sense? Can I have the present energy for Aries, please? Oh. Okay, so 3 of Pentacles, and 3s are about, the 3s are about point of no return. It's a card about new life, teamwork, collaboration, building gifts other people, building and gifts other people can bring to me. Progress is swift, but you might want to be joining skills. So he might be a little bit scared here for some sort of criticism, but they are kind of working together. That's what I'm getting. 3. And this is actually working quite well with also the card that you're getting there with a wolf. It's actually about working together. It's also about Pentacles, so it has to do with finances or materialistic endeavors. Education. Maybe you're willing to, maybe you actually want to start a new course and that you, or start a new job, but you might be needing to take a few courses to move through that. But it's also about realigning yourself, and I feel like you're getting that underneath. You just need to release some perfectionism, because when we all are learning, you know, everyone has been a beginner at something. You know, it's not easy, but as long as you keep on striving, you have that fire within you, Aries, to keep on going. Then I have the energy that crosses this. Ooh, what is going on with this deck today? It's like it's spreading. What is the crossing energy? Woohoo! Knight of Cups, the High Priestess. Okay, so the Knight of Cups are usually cards of messages. So you might be getting messages that you got into this course, and he's also covered in fish. It's about intuition, and it's about intuition and beauty, and really being able to channel any ideas into action. It's also an arrival of a course of a celebration. So feel like you got into the course, or this is what you're working towards. That's the crossing energy. And you are able to connect to that intuition within. You also got the High Priestess, and she is about balance, but you also got number 2 here. This is also major arcana, so this could be your alignment happening. She's about intuition, mystery, the inner voice, and embrace the inner guidance. And she knows to direct her outer world, she needs to direct her inner world. She's also having a lot of pomegranates in the background here, and that is about, what is it called? It's about fertility. But I'm not only thinking like fertility in like having babies or so on, but also sowing a seed for the future, taking care of that. Does that make sense? The High Priestess is a guardian of the unconscious and asks you to travel inwards. Listen closely, be pure in your connection to yourself. And she's all about water here, so maybe this is about the water and fire coming together. So you have 2 cards about intuition here, and you also have a card with water in the background here. And this is the number 2 of Pentacles. And it's a card of patience, balance, priority, adapting to change, but also maybe balancing your finances with what you actually want to do, dealing with opposing forces, which we talked about earlier as well. Getting some luck due to the ability to adapt. So these are the energies that's crossing the 3 of Pentacles here. So you know that there's a new chapter coming up, and you feel like there will be some intuitional hits, and you're just hoping that you're doing the right things to actually balance these. And it's wonderful, you're actually working towards it. You know, you've been really tapping into this soul purpose. What you need to work on is this division, making sure that it's, you can be taking criticism as a way of moving forward. Does that make sense? I don't want to, you should not take shit from anyone, right, Aries? That's not what I'm saying. But maybe there is some underlying thing that you might actually be able to pick up through the month of March, and how you can actually move forward there. Don't worry about what other people think, but still maybe even be able to consider it. Don't close yourself up, but feed or grow that treasure within you. Does that make sense? Just have a little bit of an open mind. And I think you are picking up on that. And it's 2 cards about balance here. So I feel like you also need to be thinking about balance. Strategizing money if you want to go into this course or change your job or start a new business. But also make sure that you are, since the High Priestess is here, that you're taking care of yourself. And if you feel stressed, make sure that you look within first instead of kind of grabbing onto outside energies to make sure maybe you will be needing to actually look out on the outside world a little bit to organize yourself so it doesn't clutter your mind. But also understand that maybe it's a good time to start meditating and balance yourself out. Okay. What is Aries conscious energy? What are they aware of that they're working on? So you might have been, you are aware of that there is a balance here. And okay, so another card about patience and balance, and she's a card about indecisions and different choices, a bit of a stalemate, pros and cons with everything, and it's not a clear winner. But she can just put these down and walk out into the water, into the subconscious. You also have the moon here, so maybe you will have some revelations throughout the month of March when the moon is conjunction so many times. But she can take the blindfold off, she can drop the swords, she can walk away. There's not 1 or 2 choices here. And yes, there is a balance of, there is pros and cons with every choice that you make. But maybe that is actually bringing you into stalemate. Is there another way that you can twist and turn this to actually work into your favor? Could you study in your spare time so you don't have to quit your job or anything like that? And learn a little bit more. You have judgment into the reverse. Judgment is about reflection, reckoning, you know, awakening to a calling, embracing a true path. It's kind of rebirth, and you know, there's almost a communication with angels here. It's also the 20, and if you take the 0 away of 20, it's another kind of balance, really. And this will go into the upright of feeling as you're working with this energy. You have your angels calling from you. You need to start listening to it, and maybe even, you know, have an honest evaluation of yourself, which could lead to a new way of life. And it's not meant to look at too harshly, this card. You need to see your worth still through mistakes. But since I'm having the judgment into the reverse, you might have been quite hard on yourself. You might be having some perfectionism that you've not been able to let go of. And maybe even thinking at this age, at this time, I should have figured this out, and I have not done that. But it is a card of fire. And when we have that fire energy kicking into the month of March on the 21st, it might actually give you a little spark there. It is also the card of Scorpio, almost like a phoenix rising from the ashes. And this is kind of the energy you need to be working with, having some reflection on, that you need to have an honest evaluation of yourself if you would like to do this. Do you want to do this? I feel like you really do. It feels like it's a bubble under the surface. Just make sure that you are kind of setting things up and start taking decisions and not being so hard on yourself. You know, everyone is actually just trying to figure out life as we go, and we don't really have a blueprint or anything, because everyone's life is different. Everyone's soul's mission is different. So we have quite a lot of twos. I don't know if you maybe see the number 222 very much. 22 we have here as well on this card. So we've got a lot of twos. Twos is about balance, Aries. We also have the Page of Pentacles. And the pages are, you know, also messengers of new opportunities, like the Knights. It's about new opportunity and new experiences, some enthusiasm, some diligence. It's about giving new life to adventure that will bring luck into the material world. Is about practical action, and this is into the reverse. So maybe you're very aware of that you are not making any steps towards it, or not making any, maybe this is why you're being so hard on yourself. Maybe you feel like you're not taking enough steps, but you need to just have a little bit of balance. You know that your intuition is kicking in and asking you to do things. And maybe you've been feeling like you've lost the sense of a new opportunity, and that this will go into the upright as you're working through this energy. And I feel like this wants to turn almost right now, but it's about you working with the energy. You have not missed an opportunity. Maybe you missed an opportunity and that's why you're being hard on yourself, but there's more things out there. There's pros and cons with everything, yes. But there's always a third or a fourth option. You just need to open your mind about it and allow that energy to flow in. It is super difficult at times, but maybe that's why you have these two water and the grounding wolf there. That's interesting. Okay, what does Aries need to know about the conscious mind, what they're working with here? Any words? Okay. So, we talked about control here with the wolf, didn't we? So you got the Emperor into the reverse, and the reason why I'm letting you know that, it's also your card. The Emperor is your card. So when the Emperor is unbalanced, you experience excessive control, inflexibility, big ego, power struggles, immaturity, poor planning, tyrant, domineering, rigid, and recklessness. So this is what you need to be working with, and have some compassion for yourself. I feel like this is almost like popping around right now. So just focus on instead respect, leadership, the father figure, divine masculine energy, structure, authority, stability, control, and discipline focus. So make sure that you maybe even take some time to have focused time throughout the day. Maybe it's a little bit difficult right now, but you really want to be focusing on your strategy and not being reckless and not being too hard on yourself and not being a tyrant, even if it's just to yourself. It's about letting go of that control, okay, Aries? I'm not calling anyone out, I'm just trying to help you. What is going on in Aries' unconscious, the subconscious? Oh, we have Temperance. Oh, this is what you want. This is what you're subconsciously working towards. We have another major arcana. So I feel like there's some kind of bubbling energy coming out through the month of March. And Temperance is about, you know, the middle path, patience, finding meaning, finding balance through directing energy. And I feel like this is what you started or will start to pick up on. This angel has one foot on the ground, firmly grounded on the earth, and one foot in the water, which is one foot in the emotions. There's some sort of enlightenment here, and it's also about adapting, cooperation. We have another card of cooperation, so working with other people, and meditation. Embrace patience and harmony to balance your inner world. Once again, this is also connected to Sagittarius, a fellow fire sign, and this, you have some mountains in the background there will be some challenges as you're working with this energy, but you're ready to take it on. And that's what I'm picking up on. You're starting to realize, like, in your subconscious, this is what I need to do. You're just not found exactly how to start doing it. Does that make sense? That's exactly what I'm picking up on. Gonna have the energy of Aries through the month of March. What is Aries' attitude? What is Aries' attitude throughout the month of March? Ace of Swords, new beginnings. So this Ace of Swords, this is your attitude then, and it's about new beginnings, breakthroughs, having a sharp mind, raw strength. There's potential for power and success, but also remember that the sword is double-sided. You know, this hand comes out from the universe and giving this to you. Remember how to wield your sword, right? So you can either be using the sword for protecting and doing good, or you can use the sword for bad and destruction, right? But this is kind of, you have some mountains there in the bottom. They indicate challenges and accomplishments and achievements, and you're ready for a new, fresh intellectual beginning. So I feel like this is about learning or a course or something like that. Maybe even taking on a new job that you will learn a lot from. But I feel like you are ready to sink your teeth into something mind-boggling a little bit. Can I have Aries energy in the environment around Aries? People around you and circumstances around you. What does Aries need to know about their environment all around them? Knight of Swords. So it's kind of fast pacing, so I don't know if this course is about to run out in time. I always get such a fast pace with this, and since it has to do with the swords, once again, it's about the intellect. And the Knight of Swords is about drive, speed, and ambition. That's the energy around you, surrounding you. You just need to be aware of the consequences and some obstacles along the way. You know, you can't just run blindly, really fast, or let the horse run wild without actually being aware of, okay, what will this do for me, and how can this actually work into my favor? And you need to be having some gathered focus, because that will give you direction. and being able to confront things with yourself. You need to balance that with thoughtfulness, and patience is another card talking about patience, Aries. You need to have patience, and you need to, thoughtfulness, confrontation, moving on, and having some direction and clarity is all very much swords going on here, and it's about the intellect, right? What does Aries need to know about the environment? Why are all the swords in this reading? What do they need to focus on? What does Aries need to focus on with all these swords in the reading? Practical leader, prosperity, business, security provider, abundance, reliable, safe, kind of patriarchal. It's another man, it's another king here. The Emperor is a king, this is the King of Pentacles, protective and sensual. So the energy that you need to be working with in order to get all this is maybe you're scared of being financially inept. Greed, corruption, bribery, poor investments. This could be investments in your mind, in your future, with money, being possessive, which is again about the wolf, and being controlling, wasteful and exploitative, right? So this is what all the cards are trying to tell you. Okay, thank you so much. What is the short-term outcome from Aries? Wait. Will Aries take on this course? I feel like you, throughout the month, will start 10 of Cups. Maybe you are feeling... The 10s are about maximum expression, and it's about peace. 10 of Cups is about peace and belonging, a deep sense of unity. I am love, deep sense of community for love. But also, it's a card about community, and I feel like this is into the reverse. So you might not just yet get that community that you're working on, or maybe you're feeling a little bit lonely or misunderstood at this point, and it's also about separation once again. So see if you have anyone close by, Aries, that is able to connect with you through the month of March and maybe give you a little bit of insight what's going on in the world. Maybe there's too much going on in the world, and in your friend group, maybe people are breaking up with it. I'm not saying that people will do that. Maybe this is the energy that you're picking up on, and it doesn't help you moving forward, but that is the last number before a new start. So embracing maybe some sort of a hermit mode going on. Will it be okay to mixing my mother tongue with English here? It's not really great. Maybe embracing the fact that you need to withdraw inwards, because that in turn will help you get the judgment into the upright. It's also talking about reflection and reckoning and awakening. So I feel like these cards really go together. And it's about going inwards and having an honest evaluation of yourself. And that's really what we talked about earlier. This will bring the 9 of Pentacles. And the 9 of Pentacles is about, the 9s are always reflecting elements of isolation. So they're all talking about the same thing here. Elements of isolation and heightened awareness. And those 3 cards are coming together. So this is the main card for your reading here. You need to really remember and understand why you need some sort of isolation in order to go inwards and to connect with yourself and then move forward from that. But the 9s are also about fruits of one's labor, independence, rewards. I am safe. And that is you getting that reward for maybe going inwards and having an honest look on yourself with what you can do about it and how you can be affected. You're getting some sort of reward for that. I'm truly grateful for that, Spirit. Thank you so much. What is the short-term outcome from Aries working with this energy through the month of March? What is the short-term outcome? Short-term outcome can be days, weeks, or even a few months. Strength. So you will be working on your strength. This also has to do with the number 8 in karma and money. I feel like it is also a card of bravery, instinct, and confidence. And since it came into the reverse, it will go into the upright as you're working with this energy. It is talking about radiating power from inner understanding and your inner strength. It's about compassion and trust, and compassion to myself sets the foundation for my compassion to others, and this will help you work through this isolation once you are ready to come out of it. That's really what I'm getting. Could I get another card here? The short-term outcome from Aries for working with this energy and take this, understanding the strength. Maybe that's not what you need to hear right now. So working with this energy, Aries, you will be getting the 9 of Cups. So it's about wish fulfillment, contentment, satisfaction, emotional richness, life abundance, success, achievement, recognition, and pleasure. And this is what you will gain once you take the time to understand yourself and realizing that you are the one taking steps, having an honest look at yourself and being okay with having a new way of life. Because that is maybe also opening or the closing of the book that I saw before the reading. It's about closing out old chapters and believing in yourself that you can do this. You are writing your future story. What is the long-term outcome here for Aries? The Spirit, please let me know. Thank you so much. It landed very softly. And you have the King of Pentacles once again. And you know, it wasn't to the reverse before, and it wants to be into the upright right now. And the Kings are about expressing their power with authority. It's exactly who you are, Aries, because it is connected to the Emperor. The King of Pentacles he has abundance, he has efficiency, he takes accountability for himself. He's happy to share, but he doesn't overshare with people who does not deserve it. He has accumulated a lot of wealth, and he's willing to share it with people and have that connection. I feel very calm with this card. There's some sort of calmness in my heart to this. He is financially stable and he is fulfilled. It is about following a higher calling, and that is your long-term outcome here. That is beautiful, Aries. I'm so happy for you. So you're struggling a little bit throughout the month, or this is what you need to be aware of. But you will, in the long term here, reach the King of Pentacles as you're working with this energy and really connecting with yourself, and make sure that you are not divided from your own core, because that's really what separation and some sort of isolation is coming from, that you are not connected to the core that you need to be with. Because how can you make decisions for yourself if you're not even connected to yourself and what you want? Maybe you're thinking too much about it, and that's why we had so many souls, and you're living in your own head a little bit, and it will go and work out with the astrology for the month as well. Right, okay, beautiful. Does Spirit want to say anything else before this reading gets too long? To Aries, what do they need to be aware of through the month of March 2025? Maybe we've covered it, maybe we have not. What does Spirit want Aries to know? What you need to be aware of? Maybe you're worrying about this course or taking some sort of studies up, or it just feels like you just need to get going, really, Aries. You will find your strength in your way. Watch for signs. Follow the moon. Watch for signs. It could be maybe the 222s that I talked about before, or which course you are supposed to be taking. Maybe it's popping up a lot of, maybe you're watching TV and something is coming up on the commercial. It's about transformation. We have talked about this, Spirit. Thank you so much. There's 2 dogs there as well, which make me think about the wolf. Thank you, Spirit, for connecting this reading together. Thank you so much. So we're going to finish here with some accept responsibility. What have I told you, Aries? What have I told you? I don't want to be that person, but I'm happy that it connects together. Embrace uncertainty. Do what you can, but don't live in your own head. You know, in uncertainty and in the unknown, we learn so much from the world around us. And we have also, it almost reminds me a little bit of you, Aries, that we also have cut your losses. Cut away what doesn't longer serve you. It's time to take responsibility to transform. The butterfly is also about transformation. Actually, it is both a sign and a sign of transformation. You know, you have the larva turning into the butterfly, almost like the phoenix rising from the ashes, being reborn from the ashes and then burning up when it's time. And I really feel like this is completely what we have been talking about. You have your source purpose, you have it right there, you know it. You know that you should do some studying or courses or take a new job, but you should not be so hard on yourself and don't live in your head, just do something with it. And I just feel like the moon here is almost like it's changing a little bit course. So maybe as the moon is getting into Aries, you will be feeling a little bit more fiery and realigned. And since we have all these conjunctions, it's going to ask to have a look at certain things throughout the month. I don't think it's going to be easy through the month of March. I think it's going to be quite exciting though, because that's how we would like to see it. Okay, thank you so much, Aries, for being here today. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it did, please leave a like and a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. If you feel up to it, please subscribe to the channel. It's helping me a lot. And hopefully I see you in the month of April. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye.